Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Thursday, and you know what Thursday is? It's the metaphysical hour with our friend Salma OLEA. Hey Salma,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good, good. Just getting here, everything ready, and super excited because looking forward to our conversations on Thursdays. They're always interesting and they're always good.
Great. Yeah, me too. I'm excited. What have you been doing today?
Today, actually, I was up in Bakersfield. We're doing some meetings to do some events up there, and very, very good meeting. It was really, really good. So hopefully we'll be up there in a couple weeks doing some events.
That's
So it will
awesome. I'm
be
glad
good.
to hear that you're busy with all that.
Yeah, we're staying busy with that. It's funny because I take time off work to do this, and it's like I take time off work to go work more. But that's what you gotta do, right?
Right? Yeah, you got to work towards your
Your
goals when
goals.
you're not working. Yeah. Otherwise, you're
Exactly.
going to work towards somebody else's dreams.
Exactly. You make someone else rich.
Yeah.
So that's what's really, really cool. But last week we were talking about the third dimensions, and then you explained something about a fifth dimension, and I was wondering about the fifth dimension. Like, so for some reason, I feel that right now we live in a two dimension because we either see either black or white, and I think the third dimension is more like the gray lining, right? So how much more crazy is a fifth dimension?
The fifth dimension is more of higher, obviously higher vibrational. It is more of harmony and love. So we are working towards evolving and moving towards that. So we're gonna shed everything behind, every negativity, every all net negativity, everything that is holding us back. We're just gonna shed it, but we have to work towards that. It's not just something that's like given to us. That's why we come to Earth to learn and to help, because we're all doing this together.
Right. And like, how do you know when you're in different dimensions, or how do we know the difference of the dimensions?
Um, you don't. I guess right now that we're in the 3D, we don't really know. But when we evolve, we will know the difference, of course, because there are no wars, there's no hate, there is no competition. Everybody is just love and harmony. We will not need a doctor to heal us. We will not need any of that.
Wow, how crazy is that? You
Yeah.
know. But those were just my questions. I was wondering because from last week that was on my mind about the dimensions. But let us know what you want to speak about today.
Um, yeah, so I believe I have spoken about this before. I just wanted to go a little bit more into depth. Um, and it does involve the new earth and the fifth dimension as well. But I just wanted to touch a little bit more base in um, the waves of volunteers and the new earth.
Okay.
So I guess let's start from a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. So, um, we came here to Earth uh, to learn, to evolve. I'm sure you're aware of that, right? We came here to learn and have this human experience. Um, the ETs, extraterrestrials, they don't have the same things that we do. They don't feel the same things that we do. So that's why we came here to kind of experience this and learn. Because when you're up there, it's kind of like when you go to school and you get your book work. You know, like when you go to school and then you do your classes and you read and you understand it. But when we come to Earth, this is where we actually do the hands-on, like when we do sometimes you do the book class and then you have a lab. So that's what we're here. We're actually experiencing everything firsthand.
Okay.
So that's why we're here. Um, but
So like up there is like Harvard, and down here is like what do you call those? Those I just lost it. Like occupational centers where you go and you learn stuff hands on, like to do breaks and stuff like that, right?
yeah, pretty much. But it actually is very hard to become a human because we forget all of our powers, all everything that we're capable of. So that is why it's so much harder. If we, like I said, if we remembered, if we knew how strong we are, how powerful we are, we wouldn't even have to worry about anything. But it wouldn't be a test if we knew the answer. So this is exactly why we're here. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit more of how things happen. So um, there's different races of extraterrestrials out there. I honestly don't know them all. I can name a few, but the main thing is that they all came here and seeded the earth so that we can evolve, so that it, I, I don't want to say we're kind of like a project, but we are. we They're trying to create a race that we can say like a perfect race, but um, they have been a lot of trial and errors. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of like the times of Lemuria or Atlantis. Those civilizations were really evolved, and unfortunately, they had to get destroyed because they were not. They were just doing more damage than anything because they became so knowledgeable, so powerful that they were not using it towards positivity. So we had to start over from zero. So we had to re-evolve, and this is where we're at now. But
Right.
there are still a lot of things left behind from those civilizations, and there are still powerful places such as Peru and like Stonehenge. I believe even Hawaii has some of that, and New Zealand they have a lot of that energy and power. Egypt too.
Yep.
Hmm.
What I would think like Mexico City, like where the pyramids are, that there should be allowed like some sort of power there, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are still very powerful. The pyramids are like extremely powerful as well, and this is like, and then sometimes like if we sit here and wonder, how do they build this? They don't have the technology that we have, or how do they carry these big things and put them up there? And we just don't understand. That is the reason why, because there were other civilizations that were a lot that they were more evolved than us, and this is what they left us behind.
Now, do you think the pyramids were man made?
So what happens is other beings come and they teach us. They come down and they teach us. um, so then we consider them God. So I'm not sure if you know like different civilizations have different gods, but they just call them that. But for what I know, they say they're just beings, that they're just more evolved. They don't necessarily have to be gods. It's just how we see them, because we see them as bigger, as stronger than us. But they say they're not gods. They're just like us. They are just more evolved.
Now, maybe they used to see them like that because of all their how advanced they were, pretty much how like they did stuff that they never imagined could be done. So maybe that's why they saw them as a bigger being, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's exactly what happened. Like if you look at Egypt and all those gods that have like different type of heads or faces, because they're different beings, they each had uh, a purpose. They each had something to teach us. And you know what's crazy? If you look at their story, it kind of matches with Christianity. So it's like history repeats itself because we have to relearn things again.
Wow. And that's what's really crazy, how there's so many religions, there's so many things, but they're all the same.
They
And
are.
it's all the same
It
thing.
is. It's the only reason why it is like that is because they're trying to teach us the same things. It's different beings trying to teach us the same things. It's not. It's not just about one. It's about everybody. We're all one. But
If
even
you said we're all one, not we're all Juan.
you could be one if you want. Even if you look at the scriptures, I believe, listen, I don't really read the Bible, but I have heard that even in the Bible, they say something about a being coming down on a star or a sphere or something along those lines. They are actually talking about a being that came down in a spaceship. And then if you look at all the things that are in Egypt, they have it, and you know how they have everything engraved. They
Right.
have those things engraved as well. They have found skulls that have like different shapes. They're just more advanced beings that came to teach us. Once they thought they showed us everything that we need to learn, then they took off.
Or if what happened, like with the Aztecs, once they learned what they had to do, the Aztecs probably killed them, sacrificed them, and that's why they didn't progress more.
The Aztecs and the Mayans,
The
they I
Mayans, what once they showed them how to do one thing, they sacrificed them, and that's why we didn't progress anymore.
yeah, they were pretty bloody. No, but I've been to Tulum a few times. It's a lot of wonderful energy there, and I went to Chichen Itza.
Uh-huh.
The energy there is amazing, and the pyramids and everything there. mm, Yeah, everything is just so, and it's there. And then what I've heard too is that that whole civilization evolved together, and that's why there's no trace of them. They just kind of transferred to another dimension
Wow,
together.
wow, that's really great. And there is so much evidence of that, because there's parts in the world where people like go and explore, and they could find where there was some sort of life there, right? But they can't find no living, no being, like no evidence of people. But there is evidence that there was something living there, and that's why it makes sense, like how they just go to another dimension, they just leave.
They
That's
evolved, yeah, and that is exactly what we're working towards as a race now, as a human race. We're trying to work towards that, and that's why um, we need. They see that, like I don't know if I've mentioned this before. They respect our free will because that is the one thing that we do have is free will. So they cannot force us to do anything. They cannot intervene in our experience. So what they do is they come down and incarnate into the humans to help us from the inside, like an inside man type of thing. So then they can influence us that way. A lot of people feel out of place. A lot of people feel depressed, like they don't belong, like they miss home, but they don't know where that is. And the reason why is because they volunteered to come here to help us evolve from the inside so they cannot interfere from the outside.
wow. And as weird as it all sounds, but they have like their own laws, like their own rules, that they abide.
Yeah, there's a council and everything, and then they just have to make the choices. They have been working with this project, I guess we can call it, for a long time, and it's time for us to finally take the next step as a race. And I do know that not everybody is going to move forward. I do know that it's a choice, and it depends on your vibration, your vibrational level. If you don't believe in any of this, if you're not ready to wake up, it's okay. It's not everybody's meant to wake up. Not everybody's meant to believe in this. It's um it's just like a it's just for those people who are ready. And it's okay. Everybody will eventually get there. Some people would just take longer, and some people would just go when everybody else goes.
Right. All that's very interesting. And like I said, if you have any questions, or if this really opens your mind to something, you can always reach out to Selma at, there's her number. And because a lot of these conversations we gain into, and we're going to start getting into a lot more deeper. It might not be for everyone. A lot of people might freak out or something, but if it does give you questions, feel free to ask, or feel free contact Selma.
Yeah, anytime. Or if you guys have any questions, you can send them to El Bandido, and he can talk to me, and I can answer them here, or uh, ask in the comments. Anything. Yeah, we're open for all of this, and we're here to expand your consciousness. We're here to twist your brain. But it's
I
time for us to wake up. It's time for us to evolve.
two questions for you. You mentioned how you became vegan, right? Like you eat everything you eat is plant based, right?
Hmm.
And how much of a vegan extremist are you?
I'm not very extremist. I actually am not fully vegan. I occasionally eat dairy, and I sometimes, when I really want to, I eat fish. So I'm not 100% vegan. I prefer not to. Like right now, I'm when I go grocery shopping, I don't buy any more fish. But like if somebody invites me to like sushi or something, most of the time there are vegan sushis everywhere I go, but I prefer not to.
Now you guys heard the key part of that. When someone invites me to sushi,
Yeah, because me personally, and like if I have the choice, like I'm the one in control, I'm not gonna pick that. Like if somebody's like, "Oh, let's go have sushi," and then even then, if you go to like a sushi place, most sushi places nowadays have a vegan sushi roll option.
I don't know how you do it. Like I don't know how you could go to Mexico and not eat tacos.
I eat tacos, but they're just vegetarian or vegan.
But the reason I ask you, I was seeing a video the other day, and when I saw the video, I thought about you. I was like, I'm gonna ask Selma. Our government's kind of really fucked up. And any way you look at it, I don't care who you voted for, who you didn't vote for. If you don't really see that our government's kind of fucked up, you're fucked up. Um, there was a congresswoman talking about not about how everything should be plant based and everyone should go vegan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she go into the point, and I'm gonna look for the video. I'm gonna send it to you, where she's called. She pretty much said everyone that eats meat is a white supremacist because you're hunting you support gun use like white supremacists, and you're hunting, killing animals. How do you know that animal wants to be your food? It's like someone voted for you to be in office to represent something, and you pretty much called everyone that eats meat a white supremacist. Like, you know, and I don't understand. Like, is that something like when people, because going vegan is not easy, right? Or even changing any way you eat. But is there something in like is there like a vegan religion where people really think that way?
I have seen I am in like groups like that on Facebook, and I do see some people who get really upset. I don't, because I feel like everybody has free will, and you should not force people to do things. Like it's their choice, and they have that choice. I also believe that more restaurants should have more options. Yes, because sometimes I like to go out and there's no options for me, but that's okay. Like one step at a time. We have
Exactly.
gotten really far, but I have never forced it upon people or anything. As a matter of fact, my husband's family are not vegan, and when they come over, we still try to make them, or they bring their regular burgers, and Tony cooks it for them. We're not like, oh, don't bring that here. Like, it's okay. I
Crazy.
mean, I'm not gonna eat it, but
But you see, that's the way. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Because okay, that's your lifestyle, right? And
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, going some sort vegan is good for everyone because it helps your body, your immune system, and everything. But when you go to the point where you're calling people that eat meat white supremacists, that's kind of out there, man. I was like,
Yeah, and that's just kind of
okay,
that's putting resistance, and then you're gonna make people not want to do it even more. I really try not to. The only one that I kind of pushed it was on my husband, but I just kind of as an athlete, we have learned that it's better for he's an athlete, not me.
okay.
It's better for him to eat plant-based and he'll perform better, and that's what really helped him transition. But yeah, other than that, he was like, I'm not gonna do it, that's not for me. And then I showed him the documentary and he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I see that documentary. It freaked me the fuck out.
Why?
Well, no, the one where they show how the meat's processed and how they kill the animal.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
it's
I didn't show him that one. I showed him, it's called Game Changers. That
okay.
one is that one is targeting more of athletes, like
Okay.
football players, like bodybuilders, like yeah, mainly athletes. So he saw that, and he's an athlete, so he was
What does he
very
play?
excited. Huh?
What does he play?
Football.
Oh, football.
I'm
Nice.
like football, not
Okay.
soccer.
That's okay. My second question was, which is the holiday after Valentine's Day? We were talking about this yesterday.
Did you
What's
Google it?
No, I didn't Google it. I should have Googled it. I'm gonna Google it in
Okay.
front of you. So I'm
Um,
just gonna put holiday after Valentine's Day.
no, it's let me see. March 14 holiday.
February 14th.
No, March 14.
Uh, Abby Rodriguez says it's President's Day.
Yeah, so Google March 14 holiday. I don't want to offend anyone, so
I
just
don't
Google.
care. I I got so many women mad at me right now. It's fine.
That is the holiday for men, so just leave Valentine's Day for us women. You guys have your own holiday on March 14th now.
Steak and BJ. Is that it?
Yep,
That's
that's
beautiful. But why do we gotta wait a whole month?
I don't know.
All right,
I've
March
been
14th. I'm just gonna say it here. March 14th, we're gonna have a big celebration on there. Let me see. And it's
What if
actually,
we-
I think
what
it's
if we as vegans if I don't eat steak or if my husband doesn't eat steak, right? Just
so you just
something.
skip the steak, right? There you go. Make sure your mom's not listening. So Monday, March 14th, I'm gonna invite Salma on. We're gonna have a big discussion on Monday, March 14th.
All right, but
All
you
right.
have a big discussion on February 14. You have
Well,
to, you have to treat your wife on February 14th. You have to
well,
meet
no, we
her.
can't work. It's the day of the immigrant, so we're in solidarity with all the immigrant people. We're not working on February
You can
14th.
spoil her at home. You can cook for her.
You can't do that.
So you can.
You can't. You
Absolutely.
have to be nice. You have to treat. Okay, my whole thing is not to spoil your wife or not to give her gifts. Is That's not the thing. I think that like me and my personal, I always like giving them spontaneous gifts. I don't have to. I don't feel. My whole debate is, why do I have to do that on that one day? You know what I mean?
Well, it's just like Christmas. Why do you have to give people presents on Christmas? Like that's just
Exactly. Like this year,
holiday.
like exactly. And like this year, for the last couple of years, I haven't even given my kids anything on Christmas because I don't know what to give them anymore. Throughout the year, I see something I like to give, I just buy it for them and give it to them. I don't think if you see something you want to give someone you love, or you should just give it to them.
Maybe you should change it now and do take trips instead of buying actual physical objects. Just maybe like take a trip.
What,
Like
what I'm doing now, because my youngest kid, she's 13. She'll be 13. She'll be 14 this year, I think. Yeah. So take trips by myself. That's the goal.
Take a trip by yourself?
Yeah.
Where?
Take.
Why? It's boring by yourself.
Oh no, they can be fun. Just think about March 14th. No, but no, but you see, is that's the thing, and like I've even told my wife, do you prefer for me to give you everything like on one day, or be spontaneous? And my thing is like, why do they force so much on Valentine's Day? If you go, you buy a dozen roses any other day, you spend a good $50 for a nice dozen roses. You go on Valentine's Day, you spend $150 for the same dozen.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just think it's a rip off day. Like people screw you on that day, and that's why I say why women shouldn't expect anything. They should, but also depend on the husbands. If the husbands are not spontaneous and don't give you anything the whole year, then yeah, you should at least give them something on Valentine's Day, right? But if you're spontaneous with your couple and I don't think you should be forced to buy them or forced to really celebrate Valentine's Day.
But do you boycott all holidays or just that one? Like, what about Mother's Day? What about Father's Day? What about Christmas? What about Thanksgiving? What about
Just
Halloween?
that one. Just that one. 'Cause, okay, Mother's Day, I get it. You see, your mom has her birthday. There's Christmas or anything, but moms do a lot for you.
Well, your partner does a lot too.
Well, yeah. So we celebrate Mother's Day. I have no issues with Mother's Day.
Well, that's for her kids to celebrate for her.
Yeah, but
As a partner, celebrate Valentine's Day for her. And your anniversary. There's your anniversary, and then there's
okay, there you go. You just said it. Your anniversary.
and her birthday. So there's three.
Yeah, no. So and Christmas. So you see, yeah,
I
with
don't think it's just for women. This is my point of view. When my partner and I celebrate Valentine's Day, it's not just for me. I buy him something too. And sometimes since we're like, oh, we don't want to spend too much money out at expensive restaurants, I cook and then we just make it romantic at home. Sometimes we do decide to go out, but it's not just for women. It can be like a mutual thing.
well, okay, when you put it in that way, that's one thing. But a lot of women are expecting more than that. You know what I mean? And
No,
that's where I think that it's kind of fucked up for men on that Valentine's Day. But on that note, I think everyone should have a way of treating your couple, and you get used to it. It's because like when we were talking about the other day, everyone that comment that says yes, we buy stuff for a couple on that day, men and women. I asked them why on that day. Well, it's custom, it's tradition.
hmm
So I'm like, so you're buying something for your couple because it's tradition to buy on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I'm like, you don't see what's wrong with that picture. When I buy something for my couple, I buy it because I see something. I go, oh, you know what? That's cool. Let me buy that for this person. You're doing it with a thought of surprising her.
hmm
You kind of see my point right
I
there.
see it, but then there's also the holiday. So you have to do that other stuff, but then the holiday don't just leave it like, oh, it doesn't exist because that's
That's Monday.
no,
If
like
I, if I gotta work, it's not a holiday.
no, it is. I mean, it is a holiday. It is a holiday. It's kind of like Easter. Like some people aren't Christians. A lot of people aren't Christians, yet they celebrate Easter. Why? Just because it's a holiday. And
Okay, well, here's the thing. People celebrate Easter, right? And people celebrate Christmas, okay? And this is where it kind of trips me out because when I was a kid, before I could open gifts on Christmas, we had to go to church at midnight on Christmas Eve, church at midnight, and sit through the whole church and everything, and then go home and open your gifts. People people don't even go to church, and people are like on Easter. For people, Easter, that's the day you get drunk at the park and you hide the eggs. Who remembers or goes to church on Easter? We could do a poll. And more than 50% people don't even go to church on Easter.
Here the religious people do. When I was religious, I used to take it very serious because Easter is very important as like the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
But I'm not religious anymore, so I do the holiday because I have children and
And
because
and,
the
and
bunny
okay,
and the eggs and the.
and since you like to debate, I got the biggest debate for you.
All right.
Why do men go to baby showers?
I think that is more of a modern thing now.
I think that's
That before it wasn't like that. I remember when I used to go to baby showers as a kid with my mom, it was only for women. And now
right.
for my second kid, it was like 90% men who came to my baby shower. But another reason why is because I don't really have friends out here in Colorado, like girlfriends.
But still, it's like, guys, you don't need to go to baby showers. I don't get that either.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
telling you, I think it's a modern thing. I think they're just kind of just like it's a modern thing, I believe.
well, we got a lot more debates coming up in the metaphysical hour, but right now we're gonna read the messages because people are waiting.
Okay.
So, if you would like your message from your angel, or which card are you reading today?
Yeah, I'm reading angel
Okay,
cards.
your angel, just in the comments, put down your name and ask for your message, and so I'm gonna be happy to do it. And we know Abby agrees with me. She agrees everything with me, her and her vato. So we'll let her go first.
Wait, what does she agree with? She just says yes, me, but well, maybe she's agreeing with me. How do you know she's agreeing?
She's agreeing with me. Me and her vato know this. You see, you said that she laughs. So she she's agreeing with me.
You said she's going first.
So that's why she's going first.
All right.
On avradiofm.com, there's a comment that says, "Hi, Salma and Mr. B." I don't know who that is, but what's March 14th?
Bandido, Mr. Bandido.
March 14th, it's a special holiday for men.
Google it.
Google it. And then she put, I guess she's talking about the Valentine's Day because it brings a whole lot of love and good vibes.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a day dedicated for that. And did you know that Valentine's Day is not just for love? You can celebrate Valentine's Day for friendship too. It's not just like for lovers.
I gotta look for some reason. I think wasn't like the Cupids, like, weren't they murdered or killed?
All of these holidays are pagan, just in case you didn't know. Or
There you
even
go.
Christmas, they're all pagan holidays.
That-
So,
That's what we should talk about next week.
all right, I'll bring you all the pagan history.
And that way everyone would start agreeing with me. Yes, sounds good.
I mean, keep celebrating. I don't mind the holidays at all. I like paganism too. I'm not just I do agree with some Christianity stuff. I agree with paganism.
And you'd be surprised. People hear the word pagan and they think it's bad, but they don't really understand
No,
what it means. That you know what I mean?
not at all.
Right?
Yeah, no, no, no. It's very similar to Christianity, like as you can tell.
So
Okay,
then we're going with Abby Rodriguez.
let's go. All right, for Abby, we have a message saying that you need to take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Meaning, maybe there is something that is not very balanced in your life right now. So you need to take inventory, just like it says, take a look and see what needs to be fixed so that you can balance everything back so that everything can be in harmony. Just pay attention. Your intuition tells you, or you know what it is. Try to take the step to balance so you can have more harmony in your life.
That's very good. And why don't we do the one for her vato, my homie?
All right. Gio.
Yo.
Hey, I know that vato. I was. Okay. I think you got the same card last time. It's talking about cycles. Right here, I have a message talking about something is cycling in your life. It's just the angels want you to pay attention to that. take a look at any cycles or any patterns that you're noticing and see how that affects everything around you, so that you can make any adjustments where they need to be. Doesn't exactly say what it is, but it does. I'm pretty sure then it should resonate with you and you'll know what it is.
All right. And next we'll go with Mr. Kirubin that he wants his message piece.
All right. Okay, I have a message for him, and the message is they want you to remember who you are. They want you to know that you are very powerful, loving, and that God created you. They want you to also know that you are very loved and that you need that connection, that deeper connection with them, with spirituality, with the angels, with the archangels. If you need any, if you ever need any help or anything, just reach out to them and they're always there protecting you. And this is Archangel Michael who's talking to you. If you need any protection or love, reach out to him and just be sure that he's always there with you.
Wow, that's a good one. And we're going with Angelica Olea.
All right.
It's Angelica's birthday coming up, right?
Uh-huh.
Did she said the 18th or
El 19, 19.
19th?
Funny
Okay.
enough, my husband's birthday the same day too.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You should do a big party and invite me.
Well, I live out here. I am having a big party. You can come. It's a Viking party for him. Okay. For Angelica, we have a message saying that you're a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance, which we know to be true because she does have her own day on Wednesdays, and a lot of people come and watch her so she can help them out with any messages. And even outside of that time, a lot of people do reach out to her because you know, you are very, very strong in that, where you can help with your high vibration and your wonderful energy. You are a nice leader and helper for others.
She's very powerful. She has a very powerful star. All right. And Gio says, gracias.
De nada.
All right. We'll go with mine.
All
Please.
right.
Thank you. And Angelica says,
You're welcome. Thank you for watching. Okay, for Mr. Bandido, it says that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. So, even though maybe you feel like there's any something that's not going your way or not working the way that you thought it would, it's a hidden blessing. It's happening that way because something better is going to happen. That's what they want you to know.
all right. Well, everything's happening really good right now. so,
Right. So
everything's going the right way.
then all is well.
All is well. Perfect. Victor Orlea says, thank you. Muchas gracias, hijita. Thank
Hola,
you.
gracias por escucharme.
El Kirubin from LAX. Well, that was an interesting show. We will get back next week. Next week, hopefully, we will have another deep discussion. I always like talking with Salma, and I always like picking on her and throwing her weird stuff and making her annoyed. But that's part of the show. It's fun.
Yeah, no, it's great. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everyone who's listening and watching. Take whatever you take from this. Just remember that it's just a seed that I'm planting, and the goal is to expand your consciousness. Do your own research, ask questions.
That's what is out. So we'll see you next week. We'll see you on Wednesday with Angelica Olea, and then we'll see you on Thursday with the Metaphysical Hour with Salma Olea. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Have a great week, and remember, keep an open mind always.
An open mind. Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.